The Alchemist on the Asphalt. Brad Pitt's Great Oracular Alchemy Welcome. Today, we're going to delve into the psyche of one of the world's biggest stars in a way never seen before. We'll cross the depth of the tarot, the objectivity of the Gypsy Tarot, and the ancestral strength of Umbanda to analyze the soul of Brad Pitt. Recently, on the Armchair Expert podcast, Brad wasn't the heartthrob. He was a man dismantling his own myth. In the tarot, we saw the fall of his tower, but in the invisible, the clouds of the Lenormand dissipate to reveal the sun. This is the architecture of a soul that stopped acting to begin living. Let's lay Brad Pitt's cards on the table. The tower, the clouds, the sun, the Scythe, Obaluaê, Temperance, the lilies, old black man, the hermit, the clover, Oxóssi, the chariot, the whip, Ogum, the king of pentacles, the key, the earth, the 5 of swords, the mountain, the 6 of cups, the house, I collapse and transmutation, the tower, the Scythe and Obaluaê. To understand Brad today, we look at the foundation. In the tarot, we have the tower, the collapse of false structures. Brad admitted to being on his knees. In the Gypsy Tarot, the Scythe appears, indicating that this cut was abrupt, painful, and necessary to reap the ego. Spiritually, Brad crossed the field of Obaluaê. He went through the straw process, where the wounds of fame and vices were exposed to be transmuted. He let the old self die in a ritual of spiritual rebirth. It was a necessary release. He traded the Hollywood pedestal for the sacred ground of renewal. Sen, healing and calm, temperance, lilies, and the old black man. Brad's present is governed by temperance. Free from nicotine and alcohol, he seeks the alchemy of sobriety. In the Lenormand, the lilies confirm this phase of peace and maturity. This serenity has the scent of the old black man's wisdom. Brad no longer has the haste of youth. He now reads biographies and honors his ancestry in Missouri with the patience of someone who smokes his pipe and understands that everything has its time. He balances the harshness of the past with the gentleness of the present, finding the perfect flow between spirit and matter. Third, the search for green. The hermit, the clover, and Oxóssi Brad seeks more green in his life. In the tarot, he is the hermit, the seeker of solitary light. In the Gypsy Tarot, the clover shows that he is rediscovering happiness in small blessings, a coffee, an honest conversation, a design detail. This quest is the very vibration of Oxóssi. Brad entered the woods of self-knowledge. His focus on competence and silence is the hunter's unerring arrow. He no longer wastes energy. He wants the truth to emerge from the silence of the woods, far from the pressure of the spotlight. 4. The battle and mastery, the chariot, the whip, and Ogum. The focus on F1 and motorcycles brings us the chariot, the direction of will. In the Lenormand, the whip reveals severe discipline and pain control. Brad drives to tame the inner chaos. This energy is governed by Ogum, the lord of iron and roads. Brad doesn't just race for adrenaline. He races to open paths on the asphalt of life. Ogum is the one who overcomes the demands against his own ego. In the metal of the machines, Brad finds his sword and his protection, transforming danger into technical mastery. V, the tactile legacy, the king of pentacles, the key, and the earth. As a craftsman and entrepreneur, Brad is the king of pentacles. He wants to manifest the physical. In the Gypsy Tarot, this is the key. His cashmere and design businesses are the keys that unlock his new identity. He is aligned with the earth force and his father. He doesn't want to be just an image. He wants to be the builder. He uses matter to ground himself, moving from the abstraction of celebrity to the real weight of what is handmade. 6. Overcoming the mountain. The 5 of Swords and responsibility. Brad's challenge is the vulnerability of the 5 of Swords. The Lenormand shows the mountain, the blockage of public perception and the weight of his own shadow. By admitting that he stepped in the shit, he stopped fighting the mountain and started climbing it. He traded pride for spiritual responsibility. He transformed the obstacle into a lookout point, from where he can now see his truth unfiltered. 7. The soul's home, the 6 of Cups, and the house. The memories of Missouri evoke the 6 of Cups. In Lenormand, the house symbolizes the return to the emotional home. Brad is at peace with his lineage. He has united the glamour of Los Angeles with the solid foundation of his upbringing. He has finally returned home to himself. 8. In this final layer, we invoke the oracle of the natural witch and the animal spirit, wild unknown, to capture the subtle energy that governs Brad's next instinctive steps. The herb, rue, natural witch oracle. This card appears for Brad as a shield of protection and cleansing. Rue wards off the evil eye of the industry and cleanses the astral larvae of decades of excessive exposure. It indicates that the artist's next steps will be marked by a threshold of protection. He will not let any energy enter his new sacred circle. It is the herb that consecrates his new phase as an ordinary man. The cycle, the autumn equinox, natural witch oracle. This card signals that Brad has entered his harvest phase. Autumn is the time to let go of what is no longer useful, like dry leaves, and store what is essential. His next few years will not be of unrestrained expansion, but of careful selection. He is saving his seeds for a creative winter that promises to be deep and authentic. The animal, the deer, animal spirit, wild unknown. The deer represents Brad's energy now. It is an animal of extreme sensitivity and dignity. The deer walks through the forest attentive to every sound, but maintains a regal and graceful posture. This indicates that Brad Pitt is acting with vigilant gentleness. He no longer needs to roar like a Hollywood lion. He conquers through balance and keen intuition. The shadow, the spider, animal spirit, wild unknown. This card shows that the next steps involve weaving a new destiny. The spider is the master of creation and patience. Brad is weaving his own web, whether in design, production, or acting, with a mastery that unites all the threads of his life: fame, pain, healing, and art. He is not just acting, he is creating a web of the awakening purpose. Of the great alchemist. Brad Pitt is ready for the fool's leap, to start over with a light backpack. The reading ends with total fusion. The star of the tarot brings healing, the sun of the Lenormand brings vitality, and the deer of the animal spirit brings nobility of soul. Spiritually, he went through Obaluaê's cleansing, protected himself with rue, and now walks with Oxóssi's arrow. Brad is no longer an object. He is an artisan of his own life, a weaver who, like the spider, understands that each mistake was a necessary thread for the beauty of the final design. After the storm, what shines is the naked, raw, and majestic truth of a man who has finally found himself. Spiritual message for Brad: the awakening of the weaver of himself. Brad, spirituality doesn't see you through Hollywood lenses, but through the scars you finally stopped hiding. You survived the fall of your own tower, and on the ground where you once knelt, you found the fertile land of Obaluaê. Understand that the collapse was not a punishment, but a necessary cleansing. The scythe only took away what was already dead in you so that the human could breathe. Today you walk under the vibration of temperance and lilies. Your soul no longer seeks the noise of grand celebrations, but the silence of Oxóssi's forests. Listen to the voice of your inner old black man. Everything has its time under the sun. Your sobriety is your greatest alchemy. It has cleared your vision so that you can see the sacred in the simple, in the texture of a fabric, or in the detail of a piece of wood. On the railway and asphalt roads, know that Ogum holds your reins. When you accelerate, you're not running away. You're learning to master the strength and direction of your own will. Your technical mastery is your new prayer. You have entered your autumn equinox. It is time to let the dry leaves of old fame fall without fear. Protect yourself with the rue of discernment. Not everyone can enter the garden you are cultivating now. Assume the posture of the deer. Walk with the sensitivity of one who feels everything, but with the dignity of one who knows exactly who they are. Like the spider, keep weaving your web. Every mistake, every step in the mud, and every loss were fundamental threads in the majestic design your life is becoming. You are no longer an object of desire. You are the artisan of destiny. Follow lightly, with the fool's backpack and the star's brilliance. The sun has finally risen for you, and it doesn't illuminate the actor, but the man who, after the storm, discovered that his greatest work of art is his own truth. May the forest heal you, may iron guide you, and may time bless you. Thank you for accompanying us on this archetypal journey to the end. Your presence here validates our search for hidden truth. If this reading resonated with your soul, don't let this energy stop here. Subscribe now and activate notifications so you don't miss the next exclusive revelations. Share this video with those who need to awaken their inner alchemist, and leave your comment with ideas for new themes or personalities you would like to see under the light of our oracles. Also explore the videos that appear on your screen now, as they have been strategically selected to deepen your self-knowledge and expand your spiritual vision. Your interaction is the key that opens the paths to the growth of this channel, so participate and help us weave this network of wisdom. Click on one of the suggested videos and continue your evolution, because the next great answer may be just a click away.